I don't think there is a safe space on this planet, especially the transitions are quick. If we have witnessed this year, 80,000 people, 80,000. We're talking of majority women and children butchered for no reason whatsoever. And then the world just moves on. Now we're witnessing an invasion of a country with no legal basis whatsoever. And the world is going to move on. So I think my world view is actually shifted from trying to find perfection to survival, surviving the impunity that is there in the world. And I would actually appeal to people to actually, hakuna munhu achakumirira zvino munhu achamira newe. What you need to do is to actually self-preserve first until tapfuura this phase. There is going to be wind ichafamba kusvika pa2030 apapa, and that wind iyoyo has absolutely nothing to do with your own even public safety. Watarisa zviri kuita ICE kuamerica, watarisa zviri kuita mapurisa emuno medu muno, vanhu varungu vatori zvizvarwa zvemuno varongoti akangotwita kana kungoita Facebook kana kungodii kandwa 6 months. Saka zvinhu zvacho katodonezwa ine hangu ndongonasa kuti kumbomira, you just step back a bit and expect very, very little in terms of support, and just be cautious that you don't get caught up, especially you become upinda nemoyo ne-emotion munyaya dzacho. The thing is unenge uchitodiwa manje because you are an asset, because you can emotionally be pushed around, you can be actually drawn in, and then you're made an example. So I don't know, I wouldn't want to condemn or to support, but all I trying to say is just self-awareness and just knowing that you're on your own, and trust me, you are on your own. Thank you.
I have the freedom of speech, which is why I've said what I've said. But all of you know that what I said is derogatory. It incites tribalism. It is a tribalistic statement. You all know that. All of you here know that. So, can I hide behind freedom of speech? No, I cannot. Obviously, I've said why I cannot, because I've told you that it's wrong. Because tribalism itself is enshrined, the fight against tribalism is enshrined in the Constitution. So I cannot be unconstitutional in this conversation. I'm not saying anyone here has been tribalistic. I was the one who said a tribalistic statement to emphasize a point. Some would have enjoyed hearing that private, because they obviously are cowards. They can't come out here and say, kudos for what you said. And that's the case. Yeah? Which is how these conversations are held. These conversations are held according to camps. But this one that we're discussing has no camp. It covers those in ZANU-PF. It covers those in the opposition. It covers those who are sitting on the fence. It covers every living and breathing Zimbabwean. So it's a conversation that must be had from an open perspective, because those in ZANU-PF also must want to be able to exercise their rights, to be able to exercise their freedoms. Remember, as long as those rights don't infringe upon the rights of others, Meaning, I cannot have a birthday party. I'm using the example that was given earlier. I live on a terraced street. My house covers half on my side of the street, it covers half the street. On the other side, there's 2 houses, so the other half is 2 houses. If I have a party all night, the neighbor that shares a wall with me is going to be affected. So therefore, my rights are infringing on their rights. That conversation can only be had in a situation where rights are respected as they are. So me and you, as we have this conversation, we must factor in all, in other words, first we must be sincere. We must be sincere. Let's not face this conversation from a perspective, I stand with Tapiwa because Tapiwa speaks the same language as me. Therefore, anything that is said by Gondiasi, because Gondiasi Muzezuru, I'm not going to listen. You get where I'm going with this? Rights and freedoms are equally exercised by everyone, regardless of color, regardless of language, regardless of heritage, regardless of regardless of whatever demarcation you want to use. The rights are, that's why they're called fundamental human rights. And they must be approached as such. So when the courts exercise or limit the rights of Zimbabweans for whatever case, we as Zimbabweans, not opposition people like Gondiasi or myself or in exile, no, should come up and protest against those. Every Zimbabwean. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the issue of human rights, you've seen us stand up for CCC people. Even though we're not CCC. I'm not CCC myself. You've seen us stand up for ZANU-PF people. You've seen us stand up for neutral people. Because when it comes to fundamental human rights, they have no political party. We are Zimbabweans. And as such, we must rope all of us together. Mandebele, Mashona, Matonga, whatever the case is, that must disappear. Zimbabwe is for us all, and those rights are for all of us. If they are infringed upon, let's come together, unite, and be an army that fights those who infringe upon our rights. When we get to the stage where it is no longer, every issue is no longer being tackled on the grounds of tribe. By tribe here, I don't mean Zezuru, Manyika, and so on. No, I mean because this one is agreeable to us. Because the political party is a tribe. This one is not agreeable to us. When we've matured beyond that, we can have this conversation of human rights and freedoms. We can then listen to people like Signoro who say, fight even if we are going to be arrested and put in prison. Because you are fighting for a noble cause. So that should give us fuel to, and guys, when it comes to this issue, there are no sacred cows. For me and you to be free in a so-called free Zimbabwe, white people fought alongside black people. Matonga fought alongside Makalanga. Ndebeles fought alongside Masutu, Xhosa, Zulu, Shona, Zezuru, Manyika, and so on, fought alongside each other to usher in freedom. Somebody told us here, we must approach this thing and compare it to what Smith did. I don't know. I think it was Dr. something, the brother who's a doctor, who said we must look at that. So what happened when Smith infringed upon the basic human rights of Zimbabweans? They came together to fight that tribe which was oppressing them. It's difficult today, I understand, because it's difficult to fight against a native colonizer, one of your own. That's why Africa today is suffering like this. Across Africa, we've got despots, tyrants, dictators, authoritarians, because they look like me and you. So we get confused on how to deal with them because they look like me and you. That's why Nigeria is where it is today. That's why Zimbabwe, Zambia, all these African countries are where they are today. Because when it's one of us infringing upon our rights, we tend to drink tea and coffee over these issues and never act. But let's get to a stage where Senora says, let's fight. Guys, our voices can be combined to make a difference, and let's do so. And I applaud Gondias, who corrected me to say, in order for myself to have an impact, I need to change my language. And I need to.